I must admit that 9 times out of 10 I've voted Liberal, both federally and provincially. But this campaign has impressed me and sickened me at the same time. I'm amazed at how the Liberals have turned voters towards them in the last few weeks. Lots of money on advertising. Tons of money on advertising. They've been spending money like crazy. Kind of like what they've done the last 8 years, misleading messages and statistics. Announcements of new funding all over the place. Photo ops all over the place. Months of advertising leading up to the formal election campaign. Advertising paid for by taxpayers. Power plant cancellations to sway voters. Really? After the Mississauga power plant was cancelled over the weekend, are there people in Oakville that still believe McGuinty's flip-flop on the Southeast Oakville plant was not politically motivated? If the election would have been held within months of the health scandal, McGuinty would be out. If the election would have been held within months of the HST and health tax, McGuinty would be out. If more people really understood the severity of our deficit and debt problems, McGuinty would be out. If more people understood how badly the government has handled the job situation over the past 8 years, McGuinty would be out. Really? Nobody seems to know or care that since McGuinty has been in power, unemployment in Ontario has risen by 3% for 15 to 24-year-olds. Unemployment has risen by 1.6% for 25 to 44-year-olds. And unemployment has risen by 2% for 45 to 64-year-olds. These are huge increases. We have lost 243,000 goods-producing jobs. There are close to 600,000 unemployed workers in Ontario. Almost 600,000 people who would work if there were jobs. And this is not all because of the global economy. Unemployment has gone down in Alberta. Unemployment increases in Ontario have been higher than the national average. And most of the new jobs have come in the public sector. If the government hadn't spent our money to hire thousands of more people in the public sector, the job situation would be even worse. Yes, education and healthcare jobs needed to be added. But the number of bureaucratic positions that McGuinty's government has added to make the job situation look better is scandalous. If more people really understood that Ontario has lost its position as Canada's economic engine and leader, McGuinty would be out. If more people really understood Samsung 8, McGuinty would be out. I think wind energy is good. Many people don't. I think that moving towards more wind energy is well-intentioned, and I do like some of the green energy platform. However, signing a non-competitive contract to purchase wind energy for billions of dollars more than what other jurisdictions paid was ridiculous. As so many analysts have said, it was all about giving McGuinty some good news to tell on the jobs front, since everything else related to jobs under his government has been dismal. So what has happened over the last 2 months that has gotten McGuinty to the top of the polls? If you look at his government's record, there's no way he should be getting a third term as premier. So why is McGuinty at the top of the polls? It's because of the huge amount of money the Liberals have invested millions in misleading propaganda. They've been desperate, and their desperate attempts to win votes seems to be working. Oh my goodness! It started before the election, with ads on TV. Heck, even our local Liberal candidate spent thousands of our taxpayer dollars in August on advertisements in our local paper. And 90% of the ads are misleading and deceptive. Those ads in July and August were paid for by the government, that is our taxpayer dollars. Once the rate dropped in early September, the ads had to be paid for by the parties as part of the election campaign. Those Liberal spin doctors have been unbelievable. Next election, they'll probably be hired away by the PCs. This election, I'm not voting Liberal.